students. And it will be the responsibility of the law school to manage faculty for the students. This is one very important thing. Second thing is about, now, when I asked you the question in the very beginning, how do you produce good lawyers? There are three basic parameters for any law school to produce good lawyers. For me, the three pillars to produce good lawyers are: the lawyers have to be technically sound, because this is technically sound. Being technically sound, we are in the IT age. You have to be professionally competent. The moot court exercises, you are getting professionally competent, how to prepare a case, how to present it, how to argue, how to present a witness. Now you are acquiring professional skills. And these two are important, but for me, coming from India, the most important is how do you produce lawyers, those who are socially relevant. By that I mean that we don't only produce good lawyers who make a lot of money, we also produce lawyers, those who will ultimately go back to the society, because we come from the society, and all these buildings, all these facilities have come from the taxpayers' money. We give back to the society something. We owe them. We must work with the societies, with the communities. How do we work? Legal aid clinic, I saw. You have a legal aid clinic, you can adopt a village, you can go for legal awareness, you can hold legal awareness camps, you can educate people about legal education, you can tell them about laws, because we have a maximum ignorance of law is no excuse. But many people in our countries, those who are not that well educated, they do not understand what a particular law is. So the law students can go in the field, they can go in the villages, they can go in factories, they can go in industries, and they can also go in families and sensitize people, inform them about what kind of laws apply to them. So that is your another kind of a thing. Now coming to apprenticeship. When I come to apprenticeship, now listen carefully. In the first year, the students have 1.5 month holiday in summers and 1.5 month holiday in winter. So they have got compulsory apprenticeship program right from first year to fifth year. The Dean sir, the first year students will go to the library placement. And then the first year they will attend a library in a faculty of law. They may go to the High Court. They may go to the library of a lawyer. They may go to the Supreme Court, they may go to the criminal court. So the idea is that they get acquainted with the legal literature. What are the reports published in law? What is the legal literature available? How do you know that what are the various software available? So you know about Westlaw, you know about Nexus, you know about Jester, you know about Haynes law, you know about everything. That when I have to do research, now this is the material at my disposal and I can look into these softwares. So that is done in the first year. So when you come to second year, then you go to an NGO. Compulsorily for 2 months you go to NGO in a summer program and a winter program. Why do you go to NGO? I want to sensitize my students that what are the problems faced by the country. That's what I mean, that I want to produce lawyers, those who are socially relevant. You go to a women protection home, you go to a children home, you go to a destitute home, you go to somebody working in environment, you go to somebody working in any field. So everybody has to go there, and every student who goes for an apprenticeship has to prepare a written report, which has to be submitted back to the university and which will be a part of the clinical legal education program, which will also carry marks, because when you come to the final year classes, you are supposed to know the clinical legal education program, which is a mandatory part in India. We have 4 compulsory papers. When you go to third year, then in India, every student, boy and girl, we have more girls than the boys now. Girls are, I don't know, more studious than boys, are less studious, I don't know. More girls are coming to the legal profession. Now, when you come to third year, then they go to the trial court. You understand the civil procedure, how the civil litigation is done, how the criminal litigation is done, how industrial litigation is done, how the all kinds of litigation. So you are acquainted with the procedural laws in a trial court. So when you come to fourth year, Then you go to a multinational, you go to a corporate, you go to the high court, you go for international assignment. Many of my students go to International Academy of International Law Hague, or they will go to Peace Palace in Hague, they will go to the Criminal Court in Hague, they will go to different places, and they will also go to international NGOs. Now that's why they're in the fourth. When they go to fifth year, they go to the High Court, they go to the Supreme Court, and then they go to those places where they have to find out that after they pass out, which stream they want to take. If you want to take up business law, you go to a corporate lawyer, you work with them, you work with a corporate firm, and then if you want to go to environmental law, you go to an environmental law firm, you work with them. If you want to work on a WTO kind of thing, you go to a corporate firm which is dealing with the WTO cases. So that is for you to decide, and I will facilitate your entry to that place. I will request the person that so-and-so student is interested in coming to you, and he wants or she wants to get trained. So that when you come out of the law school, you are trained in all fields of law, and you are also trained in those special subjects which you want to take after you pass out. Yeah, that's how it happens. And believe me, I can say with proud that being with the law school in Hyderabad for about 10 years as Vice Chancellor, out of the very first batch, we had only 35 students, 18 boys and 17 girls. And I think nobody will blame it. Then in the very first batch, we produced a road scholar, who was a girl from Chennai. Very first batch, we produced a road scholar with very few facilities. Now, how that happens? That happens not because of me or because of the dean or because of the professors. That happens because of the very motivated students. If my students are motivated, I can provide you a good library, I can provide you whatever best teachers I can provide you software, I can provide you internet, I can provide you Wi-Fi campus, I can provide you best of legal materials, I can provide you journals, everything. But ultimately, what you want to become, how you want to become, how high you want to go, ultimately depend on what kind of hard work you do. Because ultimately an institution will be known by the quality of the students and what you achieve in life. I always say that the teachers, and we were discussing yesterday also, that the teachers and the parents are known by the students and their words. And we always feel happy when my students, everybody is a student, every student is my student, when you overtake us. If I'm a Vice Chancellor, my ambition would be that you become something bigger than a Vice Chancellor. If I'm a renowned professor, my ambition would be that you become something more renowned than the professor. If you are a judge, you become something bigger than a judge. Because then I take pride, like Dean was saying, so-and-so student is a minister from this law school, so-and-so is a very highly placed officer, so-and-so became a judge, so we take pride in that. But ultimately, the students are the flagship for any law school. How disciplined are you? How hardworking are you? How much you want to learn? Our job is very little. Let me also tell you, our job is very little. There are good teachers, there are bad teachers. There are good students, there are bad students. So don't wait for the good teachers to come and say that somebody from heaven will come, somebody from India will come, somebody from USA will come and teach you law. No. We will give you some help here and there. We will give you that protection. Our job is what? We are basically like gardeners. We plant a sapling, we will fence it, we will water it, but how the plant will grow? Anybody will tell me how the plant will grow? How the plant will grow? When you plant a sapling, how the plant grows? Anybody who can grow the plant as a tree after a week so that it will have flowers and fruits. Anybody has that authority? Anybody here has that authority? The plant has to grow of its own. It grows slowly. It doesn't grow overnight. You grow with me in 4 years. You don't grow with me in 1 year. Your ambitions are good. Your expectations from the law school are very good. But your expectation will be met when you are serious in your studies, when you are disciplined, when you sit in the library. This I'm saying because I find sometimes law students sitting more in the